Hi everyone, my name is Alistair Goodman. I'm up here today presenting with our partners Research Now. We're going to talk to you about using location-based data, and in particular for looking at ad effectiveness. And so just a moment on Placecast. So at Placecast, we have spent almost the last 10 years looking at a very simple concept, which is where consumers have been, where they are, when they're there, and what's going on around them is a very powerful signal of the kinds of things that they might be interested in and what they might intend to do. And so we've been ingesting and focusing on particularly location and mobile signals coming from telecom operators, from financial services institutions, and also in the media and advertising ecosystem to actually create services and products for our customers based on their data. And about a year and a half or 2 years ago, we added a DSP because some of our clients actually wanted to start running campaigns based on that data. Now, what I thought before we dive into the meat of how we apply this is just a little level setting on terminology and what this data is. There's really two core building blocks of data that we're going to be talking about today. The first is user location data, and as we're well aware, this is coming in from a variety of different sources. It's coming from carriers and from Wi-Fi and from GPS signals that are being put off on the applications that consumers are interacting with, and increasingly from Bluetooth and beacons. And all of these signals have different varying levels of accuracy and precision and reach, but when you start to map them together, you get a very interesting picture of where consumers are and how they're moving around the physical world. The second data set is place data set, and that's really where things are: stores, restaurants, transit hubs, airports, all of those things. And what is most interesting is the combination or the intersection of those two very complicated data sets. So what starts to happen when a user is in a particular place at a particular point in time? And that's really what we focused on today, and the key theme is you can begin to leverage this signal to connect the digital world, the offline world, and other media with the behavior of consumers and understand what that impact is based on what they then go and do. And you can watch that signal as it appears. So that's what we're going to focus on. I'm going to turn it over to Maria to talk about the research.
Hello, everyone. My name is Domoslawska. I'm from Research Now. I'm really glad to follow the session on creativity, insights, and emotions and neuroscience, because what I would like to talk about is it's about the new methodologies, new tools we have to actually identify new engagement moments for talking to consumers. So for those who don't know us, Research Now is one of the largest industry global panels. We are over 6 million panelists in about 38 countries. And for the last decade, we were serving the market research community by providing sample for primary research projects. Particularly in the US, for those who were involved in the primary research, you may use our sample for B2B, which is the leading strength of the US part of the panel. But in the recent years, and this is how I joined Research Now, coming from Digitas and MSense and neuroscience, was to start applying new data points on a panel. And the new data points were related not just to survey questions asking about consumers, but also about tracking them on a digital advertising. So you have the desktop, mobile devices, and all that comes with it, and allowing us to build new methodologies for ad and audience measurement. So the multi-device usage is about connectivity and the connectivity to people. So really the Research Now difference is about people, or in the ICOM terms, the human data at scale. So we connect everything that you're going to see at the individual panelist level. And the interesting part of that is that every single data point that you see could be a specification for the sample or a trigger for the survey. So we have two case studies, and the case studies are on a store visitation methodology. We use for the first one a 40,000 panel from Research Now. All panelists opt in, and we mapped them to a store visit, and Placecast conducted the analysis. What we tracked was about 35 million GPS locations, which were really 25 retailers across the nation, which translated to 23K points. And of course, we had a survey, pre and post. About 300 people answered both questions before the study and after. The second methodology was about ad exposure using geo data. So if you are familiar with digital ad exposure, this is the same methodology, but the black signs are the geo. So geo will help us to define people. Placecast serve fences and trigger ads based on breaking the fences, and we use that for ad exposure, control expose, survey results. So starting with the first study, just to give you a framework, we had in the US, Black Friday is known as the biggest retailer store, so this is why we use that to actually see the traffic. So you will see a data of store monitoring store actual visits during 10 days before Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then until Thursday after Cyber Monday. So the survey question was to kind of set a stage, and this is the emotional connection to consumers, finding the moment. So first we wanted to see where's the opportunity. And the opportunity is that people do not plan for Black Friday. So about 6 out of 10 shoppers just doesn't plan for Black Friday. And actually they use their phones on Black Friday to shop for things. So we ask consumers also what sales they're using or going to shop. So Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Sunday or Saturday and Sunday before, after Thanksgiving or Cyber Monday. And they actually said that actually the Saturday and Sunday it's not going to happen, but we knew from previous years that it's going to happen. And in a post survey, they actually almost 50% confirmed that they did shop. Why that's important is it's not about finding the tricky points for consumers, but actually helping them with the kind of distractions that are going on during the sales. And how we did that is actually, this is a summary of all the store visits across the 10 days. And you can see the peak on Black Friday, but also you can see quite a bit of a traffic on Saturday and Sunday. But the one size doesn't fit all. So now I'm going to blind you with a couple of slides that are showing you the detail and the level of detail of the human data that we can get by merging the methodologies. So every store has a graph line which identifies the traffic, but you can see that actually not every store has a peak on Black Friday. Actually, North Face had a peak on Saturday. All panel data are also available by those different retailers. So we combined all days and the Black Friday to show you a demographics that actually are not able easily to access if you even like doing a tally outside of stores. Why that's important? Because Black Friday was different than all the other days. And if we just look at the last one, Walmart, the orange bar, actually shows that the more affluent people go to Walmart on Black Friday more than any other day. And since I'm running out of time, the time of the day also is available. So this is time of the day by household income. Why that's important? Because the most affluent people do shop in the morning. And for you, with a creative message, with attribution, you can actually target the morning hours with something a little bit different than the afternoons. And then the power of a location-based advertising. This is last not least. What we've done, we ask survey questions, very soft branded questions up front and very hardcore brand action questions in the back. So the last two questions on the graph you see, it's actually store visits and the purchase in store. What's powerful about this? Because the power here is that the location-based advertising trigger after respondent broke a fence increased among those who saw the ad, the actual purchase in a store. It's opening a whole new set of KPIs for you. You can actually design any metrics in a survey you want. We were investigating and kind of experimenting with that, with 5% actually going to the purchase. So what are the biggest opportunities for emerging best practices in the mobile advertising? I think that this is where I would like to inspire everyone who's in a session following the creative teams from the agency and clients and the market research. There is big data that it's human, the quality and the scale has an amazing detail that you can play and apply. And actually, what it's important for you to do is that you can actually revise your creative strategy for engagement with consumers, because you can find the points where you can trigger a survey, ask a question, point of time, point of place, and then have the more intelligent message to engage with consumer. Imagine the Black Friday, the busiest day of the year, and you actually helping them to do the shop, because 6 out of 10 are not prepared for the day and are quite a mess. So develop and think about the new KPIs using the new data points. And don't forget about the key thing, which is our last point, is the privacy. Yes, 19 seconds left.